Hi, well, it's been a while. I couldn't do this over the summer because the children are home and that's chaos. And then I've been really ill. And I've been really ill and everyone's been really ill over a kind of long period because we've all taken a turn. Anyway, so I feel like I haven't done this forever. And there's going to be I have been reading this, there's going to be 4,000 reviews all at once if I don't lose my voice before the end. So, first one to do was our last book club book, which I don't have a cover of because I read it as an e-book. And it's by David John Griffin. It's called The Unusual Possession of Alastair Stubb. And I found it, I was a bit put off, I have to be frank, by the blurb because it calls it terrifying and this sort of gothic tale. And I'm not really into that. So this is what I love about book clubs, is it challenges us to read things that perhaps we wouldn't read ordinarily. And so I was a bit trepidatious about it, but it was actually completely engrossing and really fascinating and clever and detailed and just really different, and I really enjoyed it. So it is this gothic tale, so it has, it's quite dark, but the main character's kind of relationship is truly awful, really. It kind of delves into familial relationships that are quite shocking. And underlying all of this is the sort of not knowing if this is real or imagined. One of the main characters is in an asylum when we find her in a sort of psychotic state, and they unpin all of that, but you're never quite sure if you're reading what she's imagining or her reality or reality. And of course it has that fantastical element. And the other thing that goes through it, which for me was the slightly, not terrifying is too strong, but the slightly lower bit was there's a heavy theme of insects. And there's a point at which the insects swarm, and I found that really easy to imagine, beautiful to imagine because it was so well written. But that did give me the shakes kind of thing, because that, although I'm not afraid of insects at all, it was the sort of en masse blocking out the light. The description of that was very palpable. I could kind of feel them moving. It was really clever. The only thing about the book that I kind of wasn't sure about, I suppose, was just I didn't really feel like I knew enough at the end. I wanted a little bit more. There were a few characters there that sort of drifted off, and I thought, but I want to know. I'd like to know what happened to her. I'd like to know how that came to be. So I feel there probably could be more from some of the characters, but it was excellent. Just very clever. I'm trying not to give too much away because the book's in kind of two sections, and characters from the first section come up in the second section, but you're not, because of the way it's done, you're not immediately aware that they're the same people. And that was very clever and, really exciting to read things that are new and unusual. So what's interesting, I suppose, about the characters, which I didn't really realise till the end, is I didn't actually like any of them, I don't think. I was sympathetic to each of them at different moments. And each of them sort of have reasons, I suppose, or explanations of their behaviours. But there was something about all of them that just, they weren't, which perhaps is their genius, they weren't quite likeable. Which is kind of fascinating, isn't it? Because usually there's one character that you warm to. But actually none of these guys I warmed to in the end. But I would definitely read it. If you want something different, unusual, even if you don't and wouldn't ordinarily go gothic, which ordinarily I wouldn't, or I didn't think I would, I really enjoyed it. It was great. Have fun with it.